Change is brutal. Let's not sugarcoat it. You see all those quotes about new beginnings and stepping into your power, but no one talks about the part where you're up at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering if you've just made the biggest mistake of your life. Because that's the reality of making big life changes. It's messy, it's terrifying, and it rips you open in ways you didn't know were possible. But here's the thing. Nothing worth having comes easy. That version of you that you dream about, the one who's thriving, happy, and fulfilled, they don't exist in your comfort zone. They exist on the other side of fear, on the other side of all those nights when you feel like you're free-falling with no safety net. You've got to understand that change isn't a straight line. It's not this perfect upward trajectory where everything just magically gets better. No, it's a roller coaster. It's taking 2 steps forward and then getting knocked back a mile. It's questioning yourself 1,000 times and still pushing through because staying the same isn't an option anymore. We love to romanticize the idea of change, like it's this beautiful process of shedding old skin and emerging as something new and glorious. And yes, there's truth in that. But the shedding? It hurts. It's painful because you're letting go of parts of yourself that, while no longer serving you, have been your safety blanket. And ripping off that blanket leaves you vulnerable, exposed, and raw. But here's the power in that pain. It's where you find out what you're really made of. When everything familiar is stripped away, you're left with nothing but yourself. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to see that all those fears and doubts are just smoke and mirrors. That the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to endure the discomfort of change. Big life changes don't happen because you're ready. They happen because you're willing. Willing to risk it all, to fail spectacularly, to lose yourself temporarily in the chaos, only to find a version of you who is stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever imagined. So, let's be real about what you're facing. It's going to suck at times. You're going to want to give up. But you won't, because deep down, you know that staying the same is no longer an option. You know that the pain of change is nothing compared to the pain of regret. This is your wake-up call. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to make a move, because it doesn't exist. The perfect moment is a myth. The reality is that big life changes require you to jump before you're ready, to take the plunge even when you're scared out of your mind. Don't let fear dictate your life. Don't let comfort chain you to mediocrity. You have the power to rewrite your story, to create a life that's more than just fine or okay. But that power demands action, grit, and a willingness to walk through the fire. Embrace the chaos. Dive into the unknown. Trust that the person you're becoming is worth every ounce of struggle. Because in the end, it's not the change that breaks you. It's the refusal to change that does.